And in this episode, we're still at Common Europe in Lyon, but for this second part, we look at a couple of technical announcements, including Mapepire, the second technology refresh for 7.6, and the announcement of new Power11 technologies. Hello and welcome to your IBM I update, brought to you by Proximity, your premier partner for IBM I application support and development. So, while at Common Europe in Lyon, I joined a session on Mapepire, the new way to access DB2 that dramatically improves upon conventional technologies. This technology and presentation was completed by IBM's very own inimitable Jesse Gillespie. So, what is Mapepire? Well, essentially, it's a database access layer technology that runs on IBM I and communicates with clients through secure WebSockets, and it's built with simplicity and performance in mind. It consists of a server component on IBM I and a set of SDKs for languages including the likes of Java, Python and TypeScript, and more languages planned in the future. And why the name Mapepire? Well, Jesse explained that we have programming languages such as Cobra, Viper, and of course the ever popular Python. So when Jesse was thinking about creating a venomly fast database connector, the South African pitsnake seemed apt. Now, traditionally, JDBC and ODBC connectors can involve several different services and network flows before the first database operation takes place. Mapepire simplifies this by using a single port and a single server entry point. Jesse explained that its four main design principles involve portability, so it can be used from environments where traditionally IBM I drivers may be difficult or impossible to deploy. Encryption. Connections are encrypted, with TLS providing both encryption and server-side authentication. Mapepire is intended to simplify certificates configurations considerably compared with traditional database connectivity. And then there's performance. The performance demonstrations in the presentation showed that Mapepire completed queries more quickly and consistently than the Node.js ODBC driver in the examples tested. And consistency. The SDKs are intended to behave similarly across languages, using consistent class names, methods, configuration options, parameters, and error handling too. So I mean, this sounds like a utopian data connection layer. Mapepire runs locally on IBM I, which can help reduce uncontrolled JDBC and ODBC connection sprawl. Existing IBM I security controls still apply. So these would include the likes of object authority, database server exit points, user profile controls, and workload and subsystem management. A new configuration file also allows administrators to permit or deny connections based upon user profiles and IP addresses. Or in other words, as Jesse put it, it's secure by design. Okay, but JDBC and ODBC already do most of the work, right? Well, when you compare Mapepire with traditional JDBC and ODBC connectivity, the biggest difference is the simplicity. Mapepire uses a single port and encrypts data by default. This immediately reduces some of the complexity normally associated with securing database connections. Now, while we're still officially in a technology preview, plans are afoot for further enhancements. The near-term plans include Kerberos support, improved handling of large objects, a PHP client, a full JDBC client, and a more complete API documentation. That's coming down the road. Beyond that, there are longer term possibilities such as C# support, an improved Go client, and data compression. As always with roadmap items, these plans are forward-looking, and of course they may change, but they do show the direction of travel. My thanks to Jesse for the presentation and of course the technology. So, in mid-July, we saw the release of OS 7.6 TR2, and this version enjoys some useful additions. This release is a broad update focused on security, resilience, modern development, system administration, and the support for the latest Power hardware. There is no real single headline feature dominating the release. Instead, IBM has delivered a substantial collection of practical enhancements aimed at making IBM I easier to secure, manage, develop on, and of course, modernize. One of the strongest themes is external key management. IBM I cryptographic services can now integrate natively with IBM Key Protect for IBM Cloud. IBM has also strengthened protection for IBM I master keys. When combined with system ASP encryption, this can prevent the partition from completing an IPL without the required key. Keys can be retrieved from a platform key store or supplied manually through a remote key agent. In addition, RPG continues to gain useful new capabilities for building more robust and maintainable applications. Assert-F and Assert-T allows developers to validate conditions and take an appropriate action, such as raising an exception, recording a warning, or calling a test procedure. Generic message IDs simplify on exec handling by allowing relative groups of messaging to be monitored together. Like ext can now define an individual field directly from an externally described file, reducing duplicated definitions. And the new lookup any and lookup any functions allow it easier to find the first array or table entry that does not match a specific value. There's also been enhancements in Navigator for I, and it receives another sizable update. It can now use Java 21 where available, and includes improvements across performance monitoring, networking, security, work management, and file system administration. The open source code for IBM I ecosystem continues to move quickly. The main extensions now include MFA support for the IBM I 7.6, password expiry checking, password changes, SSH key passphrase authentication, and a new environment view for managing actions, profiles, and variables. A number of security improvements have been introduced, including component signature checking, safer temporary directories, and checks on home directory permissions. So, all in all, this service pack is packed to the brim with new features and functionality. Excellent work, IBM. Now, we recently saw the official announcement of the S1112 server. This is IBM's new entry-level one-socket Power11 server. It's designed for smaller environments and is available in both rack-mounted and desk-side configurations. The biggest point for IBM I customers is that the S1112 sits within the P05 software tier. IBM I partitions can use up to 4 cores and 64 gigabytes of memory, which makes it quite the flexible powerhouse for SMEs. This genuinely could be a game changer. Enterprise-grade technology no longer needs an enterprise-sized footprint, or indeed cost. And that's it for this episode. For more like this and to subscribe to the IBM I update, please do see our blog on the Proximity website and on LinkedIn too. But for now, I'm Andrew Nicholson. We're Proximity, the IBM I application managed service partners that are in your corner. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.